2, 3.
Hey babes, I'm Megan.
And I'm Taylor.
And we are
the Chatty Babes.
What's up?
Welcome back. Here we are.
It's been a month. We just
Did you miss us?
We forgot about June. We just
June was a crazy month though.
Yeah, it was a hot mess, honestly.
I'm glad it's over.
It's July
Megan went
now.
on a bender.
A literal bender. Wow. I guess we should catch up on this episode because yeah, it's a lot has passed. Last time we recorded, we were on the patio just announcing a giveaway and the sound was not great. Now we're in my new house. We're sitting here drinking, eating appetizers, living our best life.
Yeah, we were shooting some content earlier and yeah, we're just hanging out. We haven't hung out in a while and I was supposed to actually be in Connecticut right now, but that's not happening. Sore subject, we don't talk about it. So yeah, I had some time or else I would have been in Connecticut right now.
We probably wouldn't have recorded until August at that point.
Not.
So maybe it was meant to be in a weird way.
Yeah, in a weird way maybe. But
man.
yeah, so we're just here to kind of catch up. It's just going to be a chatty session of some of our life updates. A lot is going on in the world, so we're kind of going to create a space right now in the next 30 minutes to not talk about anything going on in the world. If you don't like that and you don't respect that, you can just click away because we're here to provide little pockets of, I don't know, just positivity and just little updates, and a lot has happened in our lives that's really exciting and we just want to come on here and talk about that. So if you want to hear about everything else going on in the world, just click off because we're not here to talk about that.
Yeah, we're not the best resource for that either. I think we're still trying to educate ourselves and we'll just kind of leave it at that. And I mean, there's just so much going on and we both, I think, are a little bit anxious about that. And we want to talk in the most normal sense possible about, you know, what your job search has looked like. Obviously, we'll talk in terms of how you've been impacted a little bit because that is a different process. But we're not going to focus on that. That's not our main point of, you know, everything that's going on. It's just more what's happening in our lives
and maybe it'll be a conversation down the line, but I think right now, me and Megan are still trying to just process it. Me and her had a conversation about it earlier, actually. We were just we're just so confused and frustrated because we obviously weren't raised in households that we looked at people differently. So for us, it's just really hard to understand that this is even happening, and honestly, whatever. So yeah, maybe we'll come on here and talk about it, maybe on a story or differently in a different setting. But today
we want to be prepared. Yeah,
yes. Today we're just chatting away because we miss being together.
Yeah,
and
we've been catching up and it's been nice, and I think it's nice to, we always say, our content is here. It's you guys are with us as if you're having a drink with us or just sitting on the couch with us.
And if you're watching us, we're drinking Trulies. So yeah, you guys, we're also filming this episode, so if you want to go to our YouTube channel, oh my gosh, we're gonna post it on our YouTube channel.
Yeah, we're finally doing it.
Wow. If you want to go listen or watch it on our YouTube channel, we're drinking Trulies. Leave in the comments below if you're a lemonade gal or just a regular gal, because I'm a lemonade.
And I'm drinking the regular. The lemonade just have a little bit too much flavor and sugar for me.
I love flavor and sugar. So.
How much sugar is in that one?
1 gram.
Really? Still?
Yeah.
Even with the flavor?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's 1 gram in this one. What's the difference? How many?
Oh, there's more sodium.
A little bit more calories? No,
there's
100 calories.
Sodium.
Just sodium, huh?
Huh, well, fuck it.
The juice is, and 1% juice. This just says contains alcohol.
Whatever, I think these are really good. I'm obsessed with them.
They're good. I just can't drink 10 of them. I'd rather drink 8 of these and then switch to a lemonade.
8 of those and then switch to a lemonade. You can tell that Megan's been on a fucking bender though.
A few months ago that would not have been okay, and I'm yeah, I could drink 8 Trulies in a row now and be okay.
She's
just talked about
shit.
The bender.
Oh jeez. Well, it was Megan's birthday in June, so we gotta highlight that too, because
we'll chat about that a little bit. Yeah, we obviously, pertaining a little bit to the world, it was different because the bar was open, but we had to sit at 2 separate tables, and it was 8 people per table, so that was fun, and it just wasn't as crazy. I think last year when we were becoming really close and we went out for my 21st, it was nuts. It was crazy.
I couldn't keep up. And Megan is, I want to think that Megan is a level below me when it comes to going out, because I feel like I've gone out more than you have.
Yeah, like I never used to go out.
Yeah, and so like last year I was like,
oh,
Megan's like nuts. Like I was like, what is happening? And then but I couldn't make it this year. I was sad. But we went to brunch with Maddie and Michael.
Yeah, that was
and
super
that was fun because I was
low key.
Yeah, I mean, and Megan, you're not like the type of like birthday kind of person that needs a lot of attention.
Like
so.
that bender on my 21st was like as extreme as a birthday gets. Like
it was fun though. We had a lot of fun.
Yeah, and it's also like I share my birthday with other friends. Like we have the same birthday, so I just like it's also Father's Day weekend, so my expectations aren't high. It's just like whatever happens, and it happened. And I also went to the lake, and that was a part of my bender. And
oh yeah,
no more drinking, and now I'm back at it. It's July.
Yay,
I'm like, okay, I've recovered.
We're recording this the day before the 4th of July, and Megan's having a little get together.
Just a few people coming through, nothing crazy. I mean, we would love to have like so many people here, but you know, I think the neighbors wouldn't like that very much.
And
in our
it's
new
just
house.
not the type of world to be having like a bunch of people
bender
over. Yeah.
Project Xing the new house. Like not a good idea. No.
Yeah, let's talk about your new house. We're currently recording in her new house. If you're watching us,
we're sitting in the kitchen.
Great, but like you can't really see any of it. But
we're sitting on
her island. There's a curtain behind us, and I literally, it's so far away, but I literally was like, this is so cute. I was like driving through the neighborhood and I was like, this is the cutest little neighborhood I've ever seen in my life.
It's like the far out burbs though. Like we grew up in the burbs. This is the far out burbs.
But it's cute though. Like it's still suburbia. You like still feel safe, but like you're still.
I'm pretty close to Denver.
Yeah, like I don't know. I mean it was far from me, but like I live so far south anyways. Yeah. But like, I don't know, I was like, this is like so cute. It's like so nice and it just fits the two of you.
And there's like young people that live in here too, so it's been fun. I don't know, like, it's surreal. And I think like we're gonna be upping our podcast game a little bit, hopefully getting a little setup. Like there's a lot more space in here and I have taken over the second bedroom. So maybe next time we record our episode, y'all will see if you're watching, like we'll have like a little setup, like a little cozy, like, chatty babes, like a babe couch, like a
babe couch,
like that's our vibe, you know, like
yeah. Hopefully I'll have some days off with my new job. I only have Sundays.
Yeah, let's talk about your new job. Oh my gosh, she got a job, y'all.
Finally.
We talked about the job search last, so like update them.
It's been such a damn struggle, let me tell you. If anyone's finding a job right now or just like looking, like you guys know the struggle. Like it's been like the worst experience ever. I can't. But I was actually looking for a car because my car lease was up because I've been leasing my cars for the past 6 years. When I was like a senior in high school, my dad decided to lease my cars for me. And then I was like halfway through college when my lease was up and he was like, well, we'll just lease again until you're done with college and that will work perfectly, which it did. And he was like, oh, we'll just buy your house or buy your car for you when like for graduation. I was like, cool. No car payments, whatever. I pay like $100 for insurance and it's like great.
It's like the perfect setup.
It's like great. I don't even worry about my car. So yeah, I bought my Mazda that I have now. I drive a red Mazda and I love it. But I was looking for cars and we were just looking around and my dad is really good friends with one car dealership guy and we were just talking about it and he was like, oh, I might have some position for you. And I was still like actively looking because I don't know, like you never know until you like are fully like given the job and are like, here's your papers, like
here,
come
like,
work
here's
for
your
us.
desk.
Like until it's like set in stone, like even to this day, like I still like I got offered the job back like on Thursday and it's what? Oh no, it was Tuesday. So I got offered the job on Tuesday and it's Friday. I like still like I feel like it's not real. Like people are like, oh, you got a job and I'm like, yeah, I did. Like I'm like, what the heck? So it's been crazy, but he offered me a social media position. I'll be doing pictures, uploading them onto his website of cars, and I don't know, I'm just like, I think it's a great step to like learn and grow, but also in an environment where I'm super comfortable. And I know I know him, I don't know a lot of the people, but I know that like I'll be treated like family regardless if I wasn't family or not. I would be treated like family. So I don't know, it's just I feel so good about it. I have my own desk. I'm like
You have your little corner.
Yeah, like I don't know, so I'm excited to like grow and stuff. He does want me to do like some receptionist positions, so I'll be working some nights for him, but I think it'll only be like on Friday and Saturdays, and then the other days I'll have my nights off. So I don't know, I'm just excited to like kind of step into a role that's not a hosting job.
Yeah,
and like
next level.
Yeah, and like kind of grow my portfolio and grow like my resume. I think that's a huge thing, to have like another marketing job to put on there and say, oh, I worked here for 6 to 9 to a year, whatever it ends up being. I worked here for this amount of time, I did this, like I learned this. So I'm just excited to take that next step, and that's what I've been looking for. It's not like the perfect job, but I feel like it's the perfect job for me right now. And I don't know, I'm excited. I feel like now talking about it, it's like sinking in, but I'm like, okay, like I don't, like my last day at North is in like 11 days, so I'm still not like fully like there yet. I think once my last day at North like kind of sets in, I'll be like, okay, that's like, I'm like nervous. Like, I'm scared.
But it's like the next chapter, and we talked about it too, like you were holding out also for a job that like this was so ideal for you. Like you wanted to take photos, you wanted to use all of your skills that you have and like what makes sense with your degree. And it literally presented itself. You manifested, you've been searching for a really long time now, it's been a few months, and took additional time, and it's paying off because you found something that is literally what you were looking for.
Yeah, and it's like something that like, like combines like all of my skills, and it's somewhere where I can like learn stuff, but also learn on my own terms, because I won't really like, I'll report to people, but I'll kind of be on my own to like kind of do whatever I want and come up with the ideas on my own and then run it by him. So yeah, I don't know, I'm really excited, and I am looking forward to like seeing where it goes. I don't know,
It's like the best next step possible.
Literally, honestly. Like I'm just excited for that, and I'm excited to just kind of like grow within like his space too. So
yeah, and like I think we talked about it too, like we were talking about like what does that look like? Are you in a corporate role? Are you in like a small business role? And I think when it comes down to it, like without touching on the world events, it is nice to know you're going into like a smaller business rather than going into like the big corporate food chain, especially like being in marketing. Our industry,
so cutthroat,
and it's so impacted right now too. There are people at high executive levels who are now stepping down into lower roles, or they're coming back to other industries because it's safer than what they were in previously, and it's just like it's so crazy. Tough. It's so tough, and it's so rewarding to like for you to manifest something like this, and for that job to actually appear with all of your skill set, and it is literally what you were looking for.
No, seriously. And I think like I'm glad that I waited so long, because like I wasn't like getting like active offers, but like I wasn't like not looking, or like wasn't doing interviews,
things
or like
weren't even posted. Like
like I was looking every day, like legit every day, and I like there wasn't like a time where I like wasn't like on LinkedIn or Indeed, or like making sure my resume looked good, because I was just like, I don't want an opportunity to like go to waste if I see something that I like I'm gonna apply for it, and I want everything to be like set in stone. So I mean, it was a lot of work, and like I had a lot of help with like our post-grad person at CU Denver, who like helps us kind of like leads you on the path of like, okay, what does your resume look like? What does your cover letter look like? What should it say? What should you look for in like the job posting and like your cover letter? Like, what does that look like? And I learned a lot from her. I didn't even know how to write a cover letter till I like talked to her, because like nobody teaches you that. Nobody teaches you that stuff.
If you would have had to take that mandated course, we learned it.
But
like it was for freshmen, and honestly like it didn't go that far in depth, and there's so many different versions.
I'm like,
career services is the best place you can go for help.
Yeah,
and like
you guys-
alums can get service too. Did you know that?
Yeah, it's a year after you graduate.
I could still get service if I wanted until December.
Mhm.
So, and then you can obviously pay for services in there, but
I mean, it's such a good service, like if you guys are just graduating, especially in this pandemic, like I had a couple of Zoom calls with her, and like she was just so educational. This is her job, and she does this for a living, and like she knows what she's doing, and she was very nice, asked me about my life, asked me like what I wanted, my dream job, like what my like background was, and like I told her that I had a podcast and like stuff like that. So like she was very like aware of my experience, which was helpful, because if they're not aware of your experience, they could be like, oh, well, just like apply to this sales job. And I'm like, but I don't want to do sales. Like, last resort, I'll do sales, but like I'm not
very last resort.
Yeah, I'm not like trying to like go into a sales position. So yeah, I don't know. I loved her help. So if you guys are just graduating and like kind of in this weird position, like definitely seek out your career services, because if it's anything like CU Denver, like I mean, you still have it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. It was a good position to be in, I feel like, especially right now.
Yeah, like just in this world right now, I think it's definitely a different conversation to have. I am so sorry if you hear bouncing in the background. The dog is throwing the Kong at the wall. We're trying to keep him quiet, but you can only give a dog so many treats. He's literally throwing it in the air.
Man.
Okay,
Right.
anyways, but we should get into our next top. Well, I don't know, just no, wrong drink. Wrong drink.
Oh no,
We're having
a mess.
problems.
What's
It's a hot
new?
mess. I missed you, buddy. So what else could go wrong today? I think it's
Oh, I
me.
can't
It's not
breathe.
you, it's me.
I can't
There's
breathe. That
always
was
problems.
so funny.
He literally threw it in the
He
air.
blinks it around and the treats fly out.
He likes to throw things in the air, you know, like just
man.
he throws it up for himself and then catches it.
Oh man.
I don't know.
Anyways.
Normal.
But yeah, so just like June has been it's not been a weird month for us. I went back to work. We North opened back up in June, so
Yeah, you're
I've
finishing it out
literally-
strong. Like,
yeah, I've literally been working so much, so but it's been good. Like we have been really busy at North, so it's been really nice. So like I can't do this. It's been
okay, focus. No, he's been busy.
We can't do this.
Okay.
Do we put him upstairs? We put him upstairs with
So
the Kong?
retarded. He's gonna throw it around. He's gonna be in the kennel. Oh, they get these outtakes. They don't get these outtakes. This is the reason you guys should watch. I guess we should just show you what's happening over here.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, ignore how many dishes I have in this sink. He's eating the treats. Like, can we just... He has problems, okay? I don't know. Tank, can you shut up? Oh my god! We'll come back after this short break.
This place of like transition, and it's just really cool. Even like in the midst of a pandemic and like everything going on in the world, like me and Megan are still learning like how to grow and like how to still live life, and like still how to transition from point A to point B, like with you moving into your house and like being somewhere for a decent amount of time. Tank! Just put it close to us.
Hey guys, ASMR shit. He's not gonna stop. It's gonna get worse. It's gonna go.
Okay, can you give him peanut butter in the Kong? Give us
I'm gonna
10
give him the
minutes.
whole jar. I definitely think too, just like you and I in the last few months transitioning from college to real life has been so huge. Like literally
In a pandemic, people.
in a pandemic. And like I know I graduated early, like some would say like graduated in December, you get a few months head start before like, you know, 2020 just came unraveled. And I think navigating it from both angles, like we both offer really interesting perspectives, because like I had a little bit of a jump start, and then I ended up leaving a job and going freelance, which actually right now is working out really well. And I mean, it's just we're both in this weird scenario where it's like, okay, we don't have much experience. Like, how do you interview during this time? And like, being fully transparent, I even looked into positions just because we weren't sure about the economy, like, and I wasn't sure about freelancing, like what that looked like.
Yeah.
And I got one call back out of like hundreds.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it was rough, and I think now it's getting better because things are opening, but then also like we've got this like second wave.
Yeah.
It's not really a second wave in some states because like some states it is like they're technically first wave
because they didn't have
really have a spike. But I mean, I think like just I hope that like towards the end of this year, like things just start getting better, the economy starts getting better. The election is going to be a rough time, but you know, and that will really indicate like who wins, like what our world will look like. So, and the economy and stuff. So yeah, I don't know, it's an interesting time, and like I've been really like reflecting on some things and just like really looking into, I don't know, just the world, and I've learned a lot. And I think like being at such a young age and like seeing this all happen has been like super different too. So yeah. But I want to talk about your house.
Yeah.
It's cute. Have you been like decorating and stuff, kind of?
Honestly,
there's more decorations in here than your other house, so.
A lot of this we just had in storage. I mean, this is it's either 5th or 6th time we were living together, so we have been collecting stuff pretty much since even we were in college, like in the dorms. Like I had a lot of stuff, but then sophomore year we were in an apartment, then we went back, lived with his parents, and then we were in 2 other apartments. Actually no, 3. So yeah, we've lived together like 5 times. So we just like, some of this stuff has been in boxes and I just never got rid of it. And like some things we repurposed, you know, spray painting stools and recovering, and honestly like a lot of it I already had, luckily, but Target is always my go-to. Like most of the stuff's from Target. Yeah. And like I want to start posting home content, and I'm really excited for like what that looks like on my platform. It's kind of like, I feel like when girls like become a mom and like their content shifts to mom blogging, I'm like, oh, I have a house, I'm shifting to home content. Like what the hell does that look like? Before, like we were in apartments and like can't do much. Now I'm like, do I paint the guest bathroom? Like I'm hanging up funny art. Like one of the things that are in there is get naked. Just kidding, this is a half bath, don't make it weird.
Yeah, I love that. I've seen that.
So I put like that up, and I'm like, okay, am I gonna wallpaper? Am I gonna paint? Is it gonna be like a pink theme? Like the guest room, I want it to be like all pinks and stuff, and it's really fun. And it definitely is interesting. Like Michael and I actually have grown to have similar tastes. So it's been really like fun to experience that, because like in the apartments it was tough because such a small space. Like he wants to put his decorations up, I want to put mine up. But like here, like his stuff lives in the garage, my stuff lives in like that second room is like the office and like a guest room, sort of like flex space. And I also have like a little like makeup set up. So I think, I don't know, it's been nothing but fun because there's spaces we work on together, and there's also like your own space. Yeah. It's easier on your relationship almost, because like living in tight quarters is tough. And when we went back to a 1-bedroom this last time around, just for like a quick temporary apartment, it was kind of tough because it's like, we're on top of each other, and like it's our place, not like one of ours or the other of ours. Like we both have to make decisions, but it's like less noticeable in a house, if that makes sense.
And you guys like, well, it's nice because you can be creative in a sense here, where like you couldn't in apartments. Like you can paint, you can do whatever you want, and then you can paint over it. Like it's not like you can't put holes in the wall, like you can't do all this stuff. So you're like, okay, like but this is like my house now. So
it's more lived in, I feel like, compared to like an apartment, because you have to like restore it and have it like back to brand new. And like living in new apartments, it's like, oh my gosh, don't touch anything. It's like, don't touch anything. Seriously. Don't hang anything. And I'm like, hammer here, hammer here. Like
getting out my tools,
like,
baby.
Let's order some art.
It's so cool though. I'm like really happy for you guys. I think it's like such a cool like next step, and like I think being so young and like already being able to do that is just like huge. And like being able to have like a space that you might have for a longer time versus an apartment, like you guys can create so much more memories here and like
Yeah.
have like more of a base.
I'm excited. We always like, our motto is like having an open house, like everyone can come through or whatever. The only thing that like is tough about it is like, I talked about this a lot, like in general, like in private conversations, it takes away your relatability a little bit, because like we can't relate to the neighbors in here. Like, yeah, the guy next door is, you know, like 4 or 5 years older than us, like he's still young, but like they have a baby and like we're not there yet, or like people are engaged or they're married, and like we're not at that pace. But then it's also like, oh, like I can't wait till my friends get houses too, and I'm like, my friends are getting their apartments for the first time and stuff, and it's like, this is weird to people. Like, they're like, how do you, like, I don't know, talk about it? Like, it's cool and like everyone's a part of it and they come over. It's just like, it's different because it's not the conversation with everyone, and like sometimes it's like tough, that like relatability sense. And I think we're at a really weird age where like some of our friends are still at school, like they're gonna be 6-7 years in.
Yeah.
Like, I have a friend who, like, no shame to him, he just, in 4 years he just got his associates and wrapped up. So like, I don't know, like everyone's on their own timeline, and it's really noticeable right now at the ages we're at, because people are engaged, having babies, getting houses, but then they're also like over here, not sure what they're doing. Maybe they're gonna just now go to school.
So many people in quarantine, and like, I don't know if you guys like, or like just like now in the last like couple months, like,
baby
getting
central
engaged
and getting engaged.
Like I know like so many people who I went to high school with or that I know of, like, that got engaged. Like, I at least like 4 to 5 people that I know that got engaged this month, like this like past couple of months, and I'm just like, what? Like, how do you like what do you,
it just seems like it's going so fast.
Yeah. And I'm like, live your life, slow down, like chill out, like
literally
go through the processes of like what your timeline looks like, and like there's no timeline anymore.
Some people just like fast track it and they beeline straight for like,
but if anything, like I've learned in this pandemic is like nothing is set in stone, and like your timeline for yourself, there's like no, like you can't set that up for yourself anymore.
You
like,
can't just like relate to what everyone else is doing, and
well, you just like can't expect yourself to be in a place where you like thought you were gonna be, and then you're not. So you're like, I had to really like talk to myself about that, because I was like, oh well, if it was a real world right now, like I would be walking across the stage and my graduation, or I would probably be starting my new job, or I'd probably be doing this. Like, I was like, but I can't go there, because like that's not life right now. Like,
like life's a little bit weird.
And like that was my timeline, but it's like not anymore. So I think if anything, like I've learned that, like, okay,
sometimes
like,
things are out of your control.
They're always out of our control. Like,
but like even when you like think you like have control over it, sometimes it's nice to just be like, okay, I can't control this, I can't control the outcome, I'm just gonna go with it and run with it and just like figure it out. And I feel like you've done such a good job with that, just like with your job search and with everything else going on. Like, you've done a really good job and just been like, okay, like I'm gonna figure it out, I'm gonna take this slower, I'm gonna take time, I'm gonna make sure I get into the right role, I'm not gonna rush things because I have to, because, you know, like that's, the world is weird, and like you've done a really good job giving yourself grace, I think, with everything going on.
It's been hard, because I like at one point I was like, no, I need to get a job now
and get out and like do all these things.
And I'm like, even then, like with this job, like I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to afford to like just like move out. So I'm like, what does that even like look like? Like, is that in a couple months? Is that with a roommate? Like, is that by myself? Like, what can I afford? And I'm just like, is it with my boyfriend? Like, what are the options that I have for moving out? And is it like something that I can do? So I don't know, it's just like, don't have like an expectation for like your place in life, because it's like the same with you. Like, you have no idea you would be here buying houses and like doing this crazy stuff.
We literally like, we started looking a while ago, and then like even with the pandemic, like we didn't know if our house was going to appraise, right? If your house isn't appraised, you can't buy it. Like, the banks don't back it. Like, some things I've learned from this process is nothing is set in stone, even though we're customizing this house. People's houses in here fell out of contract. Like, people lost their jobs and things change. Your house is no longer worth what you're trying to buy it for. I mean, so many things can happen, and it's just like, you're kind of just along for the ride sometimes, and there's only so much you can do before you're just like,
Okay.
Let's see how it unfolds, and we'll just run with it and figure it out either way. Like, we're glad that this closed. It was pushed back a little bit, and like, it's just, I don't know, like, it's hard to not put pressure on yourself, and like, really, like, this whole idea of like manifesting and like hustle culture, we've talked about it, like, oh yeah, if you do everything, if you do all these things, like, you will get there. That's not always the case.
No, yeah.
And like, this time, like, really slowing down, I think, has shown a lot of us, like, that's not sustainable, that's not healthy, that's not something like you should aspire for. Like, you need to enjoy the moments and enjoy what's going on in life, and just take a step back, make sure you're making good decisions, and like, even if it's going to take a little bit more time, I think it's important just to stay positive, and like, just know you can't control it. Are you dying?
I feel like something's
Are
stuck
you
in my
okay?
throat.
Do you need to pause? I mean, at this point.
Back it up. I got it.
Should we just leave it in?
It's these Trulies. These, like, anything.
It's the sugar. It like
There's no sugar though.
No, I know, but it's like the lemonade. It just like gets in your throat and just like.
Because it's the acidic. I don't know. I just have a hard time with carbonation on a good day.
As we're drinking bubbly water.
I know.
Truly. Like, what else can I throw at you while we're at it?
Or carbonation.
More carbonation, please.
But yeah, I think we just wanted to come on here and just like talk about like just the changes in our lives, because I feel like theirs was a lot, and like June was just like a lot for the both of us, because I was working like almost 30-hour weeks, and I know Megan was kind of like transitioning into like her house and like celebrating and like doing all this stuff and getting ready to move. Basically, yeah.
A bender, guys.
So, but yeah, so I don't know. I just wanted to come on here, and we just wanted to talk about it because it's July, and like it's a new month,
and we're getting back on track, I think, too, as a podcast. Like, we had talked to you guys a little bit, and we mentioned it, like, now that we're both not in college, like, that was a huge aspect of this, and it's not over. Like, we want to go back and get our masters, and we can reflect on things like from a past experience, like how things are helping us in the real world consistently, and things that we did that have assisted us. I'm still noticing that, like, day to day, even in my like freelance work, I am able to literally show a school project and say, I did that, I can help you, I did that. But we're shifting our content a little bit, and I think it's like fun to like grow up and transition on here. And in the last year, we've done so much growing up on here. I think when we started this, we were still in college, we had no clue this is where we were going to be, no clue what was to come. And I mean, yes, like having expectations, but not like being heartbroken by it, and just kind of being accepting and giving grace. We're just moving forward, trying to figure out like next steps for Chatty Babes and what our content looks like, who we're working with. Like, we've had some really great conversations in the meanwhile about like our content and sponsorships and what that looks like, working with some local businesses. And I think we're just on the same page that this platform is almost like a passion project. We take it seriously, and like, we love oversharing, but it's just this great space, and we've missed it. I know I've missed it a ton. Like, the last few months, like, it hasn't, like, we literally just jumped right back into recording, and it feels like we are picking up right where we left off.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
It's so serious to us, but it's also like such a fun thing for us to do, and such a fun platform to be on. Like, Instagram is not a sustainable place to be, and neither is like Facebook or anything. And I feel like the content that we push out, we want to just be genuine, and regardless of what platform we're on, we want you guys to know who we are and what we stand for. And like, I think that just shows on all of our platforms. We just want to be genuine, oversharing gals, and that's what we are.
Yeah, and coming from just like a good place, like we always say, you're sitting down with us, literally having a drink with us, and just chatting it up, not too serious. It's like a different place to go, you know, take your mind off things. Different kind of platform compared to even some other podcasts, but we built this space, and we had great intentions behind it, and we're so excited for what's to come with the podcast, and like how this space is going to grow and how we're going to grow with it.
For sure. Couldn't have said it better myself, Meg.
So heartfelt. It's so crazy.
Heartfelt.
We just like, we're like on the same page, and like no time has passed, but like I think our headspace is like, we're both in a good headspace, I think.
Yeah. We're like best friends besides this podcast, so like it's not like we haven't seen each other since June.
And it's crazy because like it started as a work relationship and we're like, oh, we're gonna be so serious, but like
Now
we've
we're,
grown
like-
with it. And
Now if I don't talk to her every day, I'm like, is she okay?
Is everything okay? I haven't seen
I'm
your
like,
stories.
hello?
What's happening?
I'm like, is she okay? I like track her now. I'm like,
But we
where
can
is
switch
she?
back and forth, and we always talk about how valuable that is. Like business, like podcast, friendship, business, friendship. Like, and it just, we do it really well, and there's no one else that like I'd rather be podcasting with than you, because like we bring
Same.
such different things to the table. And I don't know, like I'm getting mushy, but I'm just so excited. And like I think it's just been a minute since we've recorded, and I'm like getting that feeling of like, okay, momentum, this is
So
what
fun.
we were looking for. Like I'm enjoying this, drinks, catching up, just like
Yeah.
being able to chat and like not be so serious.
I agree.
Yeah.
Love it.
But thank you all so much for listening.
Yes.
And this is also posted over on YouTube.
YouTube!
So exciting. It was supposed to be in the works sooner, but you know, life happens.
Shit happens.
It's okay though. Like we're here and we're excited to like start recording episodes, like whatever that looks like.
Yeah, I think
And-
we're gonna start recording remotely too, which will be fun to experiment
Yeah.
with, because we have done it before and it hasn't been the best setup. So we're trying to figure out some other options, just because Megan does live so far and I am working literally every day of my life now. It feels
We're
like.
gonna have to like section out a little
So-
sliver of time in
Yeah.
our schedules.
So we're gonna have to figure out like where that looks like, and like I don't know if it'll be together all the time, but yeah, it's a conversation to have about like what filming looks like, what the recording aspect looks like, and we're excited to just like test it out and just like see what happens. So definitely check us out on our YouTube channel. We'll be posting episodes on there from now on. Even if we're remote, we'll still maybe record ourselves and like
Even if
put
we're
us
looking
side
a
to
little
side.
goofy. Like we look nice today. We took some content pics and that was fun. But you know, sometimes when you're remote, you got your hair up, you got your hood on, you're comfy on the couch, but it's like you're on the couch with us,
that's
right?
Yeah, for sure.
Literally, that was our goal.
Literally was our goal. But thank you guys so much for watching, or listening and watching. Please give us a like and a subscribe and all that fun jazz. We're here for it all. And yeah, leave in the comments like what you guys want to hear from us soon, like if it's more job related stuff or career stuff, or just like fun goofy stuff, or house stuff,
Like
or
what does this space
what
look
is
like,
this-
and what
yeah,
do you
like,
all
what do
take
you
out
guys-
of this? It's a
yeah.
small community and
but we love
we're
you guys.
here for it. We're here to just like figure it out as we go.
Alright guys, we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.
Do I give them the whole jar of peanut butter?
No, dang it. Oh my god, we'll be fine. We're almost done. We have like 2 minutes left.
I hate my dog.